towards A, and that's where they want to hold off on to begin with. We said that Fwogs were going to be aware of some of those push points here for C9 White. Are they aware? Yes. Look at Annie. She's surely above a round A crossfire now, and it looks like a teammate of Katie. She'll come zooming through to make it a play. And this pistol round, I tell you what, I didn't expect, either team to be a bit of a smashing coming into it, Vans, but C9, they're showing that that's why there's C1 team or C2 team coming into this tournament.
Definitely, and now Dinos has to pick up the spike. She's on her own with one more teammate, but they are split off across the map. Technically, they do have a sandwich versus Cloud9 White, but it's also a 1 versus 4 on both extremities.
Pistol round, you might as well go all the way in. You've not got anything to lose here, really.
100%. They're waiting for the smoke to dissipate. They also have the recon dart that can come out too, and they're just going to drop down. But Clifford is in the back of the site. That's going to be Katie to fall first. But they are holding down as much as they can. Dinos is only going to be able to take one more on White, so the test is not over yet for the ladies over on the attacker side. And Katie is going to try to draw first blood outside for showers. That control being very important. And a pinch at the same time. So Katie's dashing in from the other extremity, and she's going to get the headshot onto Lynn. Meanwhile, they have dropped down to even the tally up on a 3 versus 3. Ellie trying to watch this flank towards the market side. The wall bang onto Alexis, and things starts very well for Fwogs on a 3 versus 1 remaining.
I mean, if you want anyone left on C9 Vans, it's Annie, because she's going to be the one that can absolutely take this cool, calm, collected zoom around the corner, and it's almost like cast a curse. Go head to head with the Jet here. This could go really bad or really good really quickly.
I just saw in the X-ray though, somebody was watching that flanking. Katie pushed all the way out too, so 2 ladies pushing out towards Showers control. They're trying to trade it out, and it works out. So Katie is out on a deserted island. She's going to have to take down as many as she can before she falls, and she's only good for 1.
God, Astra's ability is so gorgeous, especially when you hit that bird's eye view on it. Paint shells will rain out. Unfortunately, doesn't get the color that they want. And as a result, now it's going to be an even player count. 20 seconds left, Vans, and you can see that camera feeding all the intel from the good jump, and you can't miss those shots. All of a sudden now it's going to have to be a Sober to try and attempt the retake. As the plant goes down, the wall bangs miss, and Vans, this is a tricky retake. Do they have enough utility to work with here?
They tried so much. The Sova darts, the 2 shock darts, they couldn't get the wall bang either, and now even the neural theft coming out from Fwogs allows the last 2 to get spotted from C9 White, so they know one's in hookah, one's in spawn. Annie's going to try to move in closely, but there's one just inside the cubby. There's going to be a perfect crossfire set. The first Fwog of Fate, but the flick still comes perfectly out for Annie Dro. She gets both them down. Meanwhile, Cat.
You want to see that pop off. You want to see this be an explosive round, and explosive it will be. Here comes the raise. Oh, but can't make anything out of that. Oh, what a shame. It's Katie. She doesn't miss. Look at the headshots raining down. It's a blue tsunami on your kill feed there.
So this is finally that their money's right. They have a couple of ultimates to work with where they could definitely try to switch things over and turn things around in their favor. Oh, no. Especially with that, actually, it's an aggressive push from Cat that got denied by Lynn.
Hey, both of these Jets are popping off with the operator at the moment. That's what we like to see, a good Jet with a good operator play. Both of them will get 1 for the piece, and I think overall for now, as things start to quieten down, Showers control is where they're looking to go. There's 1, but you can't get 2 as it's traded very quickly by Clefairy. Putting a little bit of magic dust over there into Showers, but A is the target, Vans, and they're going to make it happen.
Exactly, they cleared it out with the run it back from Juna 4, but the counter comes out from Annie Dro, denying that plant at least for now, and Mel is still alive inside the site. She's trying to hold things down as long as she can to allow the rotation from her teammates, but it doesn't pay off. Cypher diff. Clefairy takes the upper hand, and the spike is now planted as Annie Dro looking for rotation with Katie with the op.
She doesn't really have a good line of sight yet, but they can wait it out a little bit longer. They'll get rid of the cam to make sure they're not spotted out. And well, they really do think that there's someone playing mid of sight, but they're not. They're backed all the way up. And in fact, you're going to see them move all the way back towards TP. And well, now they know they can block off the line of sight, possibly even bait the defuse here, Vans. But they have no idea where they are. They're actually all over in lamps. Is that where they are?
They know. The recon dart came out too. They know the last players are on short A. Their trade comes out, and he gets the last one. Does she have enough time as it's ticking down onto that spike? It's going to be close, but she should get it now.
I love an early raise aggressive push as well, because when you play it right, you can collect a couple of players early on. C9, Annie coming out and showing what C9 White can do, and that's a good shot. A missed opportunity there for Katie though. She's been popping off We said she's the carry. Unfortunately, she misses a couple of really crucial shots there, but they still have the numbers advantage. And guess what? That's going to be elevated by Alexis, who goes, alrighty, I'm going to get my shots off as well. And right now, you don't want to give that up. You don't want to get a short-range engagement with the op. They just bait it out with a little bit of a quick peek. Surely a tailwind out of there, but doesn't quite make it. Stuck on the wall. And I think if anyone's got something to do, it's Juna4 here.
I love it because they've created a diversion. Juna4 is inside the U-Haul with a Bucky at the same time. The spike will go down, and there you go. She does get the kill. Owl drone out from ytdailyvalorant on the rotation, so everybody has already rotated from C9 White. Clock is taking on that spike. We do have the ult from the Astral Form coming out here as we are going to try to cross over, but that's going to kill all noise. They don't know if it's actually going to be fully diffused so far. They have to run through, and as they run through, it's a trade for trade. But Juna4 stays alive. She's now in the cubby. She's keeping this spike up, but no, she pulls out a curveball, and ytdailyvalorant gets the timing for the kill. And unfortunately, it's going to be C9 White. That's going to take the round overall.
Shower control desperately being rained for, and that Astral will come popping. Katie shows that she can wield that operator to great effect, and a run it back doesn't really have the effect it needs, although it does spot out the player playing over towards Shroud, and oh no, a quick peek from Katie means it doesn't work.
That's correct, because now as they're focused so much on bench, they had the crossfire from the double box. Now only Clifford by herself as she's able to get Katie in the air. Going with a triple duelist, you have to be fairly aggressive. And you see it, they're trying it, but it's not working out. Mel is doing the same thing, she drops 2, and now it's already a 5-on-2 situation.
Yeah, Annie's read well into this. They know Spike's dropped over towards Fountain. Why not pop a couple of those bolts over towards it so you can collect someone on the run and the retake? Clefairy will be able to collect something back. It's a late trade, but it's a trade nonetheless. And now C9 knows that their positions are given out, but this is just looking like an awful sandwich, a pinch that you can't get out of, all the way over towards Fountain, and it's done.
Here on the A side, the Nebula to come towards Heaven, and now the dash from Katie also towards the shot, or towards the U-shaped hallway, sorry, and it's going to be Mel and Katie drawing first blood, 2 to fall, and that is Shower's control lost. You still have one more inside the U-shaped hallway. It's going to be Ellie Twitches, who also unfortunately twitches down to the ground. And it's a 5-on-2 now for Cloud9 White, and even ytdailyvalorant continuing with the performance that she has and the confidence that she has to push down towards the spawn, where the last 2 players are coming through. It is going to be that Brimstone. Moving forward right now as Dinos. Yeah, the stun did come out actually from that one. That was really nice. But they're going with the right clicks, and Dinos does get the kill, leaving only now 4 players alive, but in great positioning, and it's just going to be an aim battle for Katie to drop the last 2. Aside, because most of the notes that I have is their tendencies on the attack, and this is it right now, pushing as a group, and they are all moving towards this B site. Katie also in the back of the site, first one to drop inside Tuna Can. She draws first blood here. Spike is about to get planted on the default spot, as we do have Mel as a Cypher of all agents, still pushing forward with that Spectre, gets the first kill onto Dinos, a dink onto a second one, close range to drop down Juna4, and that's an easy triple in the end, catching Lynn off guard on the reload. And the last one to fall, at least starting off on the defender side, is a huge crossfire set up here towards the A site. And Jazakin is going to be the first one at the point, but it's an immediate trade on a 3 versus 3, but they have taken a site for C9 White. ytdailyvalorant looking for the shock darts just to clear out a little bit more, and they're going to have the spike plant at the default spot.
Oh, Katie's in such a prime position here. If she can stay up, she can do heavy damage, but she's going to be knocked all the way back and underneath to make sure that heaven and hell is being held in her hands. And all of a sudden, this 2v2, I did expect the pistol round to go close. I don't expect them to be able to get this retake in here, but what I do expect is they give it a good shot. And Clefairy says, yes, I'm going to make it worth your time, Jess. Walking on a site right next to the spike, but
Katie, she's been that person that we've been praising since that first map. Already getting knives in round 3, and already getting the headshot, and a second one onto Lynn to clear up the site. That means nothing works out for the crossfire at all. No utilities to slow down the pushes. It's going to be such a hard retake now for Fwogs.
God, those knives were pin perfect. And look at this, Katie. She's being so aggressive. She's using the momentum of the knives that she had before to make something happen. But Clefairy, the clutch god from before, unfortunately unable to live throughout the second frag. And all of a sudden, Fwogs are on the back foot. They can still make this happen, however. But it's going to be a mountain against the Mulgrim.
Yeah, and you just saw both of them getting pinged out towards that tree side from the Fwogs. They're going to have to try to hop away to safety or try to fight it, and they decide to fight it instead. A good trade-off, but it's still going to be the advantage for C9 White to put 3 on the board. As the noise gets killed off, they're lurking back up towards the catwalk side. They're clearing the angle, but half of the body of Ellie spots out and gets taken down by Katie. So the Owl drone at the same time, it's going to be a beautiful pinch here towards the A side. And Lynn, who's been quiet with the operator on the first map, finally makes it ring onto this map, but she gets immediately traded out.
Look at all the crossfires in hand. Everyone's got somewhere they're looking at. And if you're Fwogs right now, you have to manipulate that. You have to come zooming through, be a little bit more aggressive, girls.
Okay, that was beautiful from Mel. She's cracked a 3-on-1. Only Dinos, the last one standing, and there you go. That's a nice play to break the dart.
If that's the kind of execute they do here, I'm not going to be surprised because they come off the back of Jazzy.
100%. There's just so many ultimates right now from both sides. If you're trying to stop it with the showstopper, running back from Jazzy, though, she's still able to open things up and clear out the tree side. Trying to maybe go for the second one, but they're running back. Still, Kitty is right behind her. She gets the kill onto Juna 4, but gets immediately traded out. At the same time, you may have now a Hunter's Fury to try to go for the pulse plan.
I thought Dinos was going to get out of that lockdown there. Unfortunately, wasn't to be. That was a good little paranoia out, but no one's there to collect and get blinded. And as a result, I'm hearing that spike dwindle down. Really, you're just going for the kills.
Oh my god.
Point. That was a beautiful shot, and Lynn showing how the operator can be used in short and long range. This is a really good indication. I think there's far too many players sitting here with the flash coming out for Dinos to work with, and yes, there is.
Oh man, even Katie continuing to move forward, and it's a 3-player crossfire this time. They're trying to go for the bait and switch for the Fwogs. They're only good for 1, but Lynn is going to try to dash in the air as they do have now the Cosmic Divide, just trying to clear out the market, and it's C9 just running through and powering through the B site. Even an alarm bot on the ground to pretend, or should I say, find the information and hear it if you have an attempt of a retake for the Fwogs. But right now, with this Cosmic Divide still up, a 20-second ultimate, it's just, you're going to have to run through it and get picked off just like they are right now, so that she can heal up into her own molly, and the retake at least is going to try to come in now for the Fwogs. Jazzykin, though, with the curveball, but nobody's really pushing out. We're just making noise from the house side so that Jazzykin can be the first contact. Still with the wall bang, Katie connects with the kill. And as it's not looking good for Clayfairy and company of Fwogs, they really can't get into the site. They're just stuck on the heavens, stuck at the tree side, and this should be now a 9th round for Cloud9 White, unfortunately.
Yeah, looking over towards Fwogs was giving them a moment of silence here for what has occurred so far on this particular map. It's an unfortunate one because I do think that this has actually been an extraordinarily valuable matchup. In the previous map, if you want to go back on it, I strongly suggest, if you want to see some smoke pops, that was beautiful. The shotgun and the zoom of the tailwind will come in. No! Missed shots there, but it doesn't matter. It's a trade. Jazzy will take down Judah finally, but that could be really disastrous. Speaking of, nice little wall bang there. Lynn pinched in the back of hell there. And
this battle on that side at A main, and Annie Jo, she sniffs it. She knows somebody's coming across, and she connects with the headshot. That's the flanker down, but that is also going to be the cue for the retake up on Heaven's side, and Clefairy gets the first kill, evening things up on a 2 versus 2. Cat at the bottom of hell gets dinked, but didn't have the stronger weapon for Clefairy. 100%, and they are trying different things here for Fwogs. Now this time, pushing towards B didn't work, pushing towards A didn't work. Now they're pushing towards mid, and they are working with these flanks. There's another battle that's going to happen, and that's going to ensue towards A main. That has been won here for the Fwogs, but Mel still holds the ground towards the A side. It's a 2 versus 2. It's still doable. We do have a health advantage coming in for the Fwogs. The curveball from Jazzy Ball outside towards Heaven to connect with that kill, and her teammate
just making a little bit of a play out of this, and really good players are poised to attack this as they come zooming on in.
That's the other thing. You're just putting the stars on the ground. You have so much stopping power, and you have reconverts once again to come out. And that is just going to be the C9 on lockdown without the lockdown needed on the A site. Juna 4 with only 1 more to go. Her teammates also low on HP, so you have to count pretty much on Juna 4 for the rest of everything. Falls into her hands onto this round on pistol. She's about to come head-to-head. Was just passing over the Phoenix. Unfortunately there, she doesn't clear towards the right, and that is going to be it. The 2 fall, and C9 White wins this series 2-0 and move forward in the VCT Game Changers.